Hey guys, what's up? Jared here with Dex and Dice with the rantings of an LGS owner. Didn't do one last week, obviously, because of the damn the holidays and all that. So sorry, it just stuff happens. Anyways, I really don't have a lot to ramble about. I mean, there's random crap, obviously, but most of you keep up with stuff, and I guess I don't feel like repeating a bunch of shit that you've probably heard this week. I mean, I might do it next week because I might pay more attention, but, this week it was just weird with the holidays and all the random stuff we're trying to do at the shop. It just kind of fell to the wayside to really kind of keep up with everything. So, I apologize about that. So today is just kind of more or less going to be a late Festivus with the airing of grievances or whatnot. Um, just like what you guys are mainly used to from me if you're a local and you just come into the shop, you know that I'm probably way more truthful and open with everything than I should be. Um, and that's just me. That's literally just my little touch of tism going off to where I just say shit and it is what it is. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much go down a small list of grievances, I guess you could call them, if you want to. Um, that I just, noticed throughout last year and everything, and stuff that's just been weighing on my mind. And yeah, I've still got some of that damn ick left. It just will not leave. Um, I wrote down a little squirrel brain thing here, so bear with me. I'm going to be kind of bouncing back and forth between topics that may or may not be relevant. So yeah. So here we go with the airing of grievances. Um, let's So I guess let's just let's go ahead and start with the shop changes that are going on. Um, I guess the biggest thing is our inventory slash binder system. We're ditching the binders for the most part. We're still going to have binders, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Um, we're still going to have binders. We're pretty much migrating almost everything that is a certain amount. We'll say if it's a 40-cent card or something, we're gonna end up migrating it onto our TCG Player website, marketplace, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So that way, at least there is some sort of a searchable inventory now. This is a huge pain in the ass considering I don't have a card sorter. It's literally just the minions in me. And yeah, if you're wondering why you don't have a card sorter, it's 25K just to get into one of them, and then the other one is a $7,500 deposit plus 650 a month, and then you have to pay an extra couple of $100 per month if you sort more than 10,000 cards or some shit like that, and it's for a year lease. So I couldn't even just bend over and take it for 2 or 3 months just to get everything sorted, because they just don't offer that as a thing. So yeah, it's been fun to say the least. But anyways, that's kind of what we're doing with the inventory. Anything under that 40-cent mark as far as rares and stuff goes, I'm sorry, not sorry, but it's just going in the bulk boxes. Commons, uncommons, all that, definitely bulk boxes, but we're having I'm bringing back what I used to have when I first started, which were the rare binders, or just the binders in general that were just color coded or color separated. So literally you're just going to have red binder 1, red binder 2, black binder 1, black binder 2, etc. Yeah, I did red and black because Rakdos for life. Anyways, and then everything in that binder is going to be $1. No, we probably won't keep track as well as we should with like the marketplace and everything. So like, lo and behold, if you pull something out of the binder and it's actually like a $2, $3, $4 card or whatever, and we didn't catch it, congratulations, you got one over on your evil LGS. Kudos to you. Um, so that's going to be a thing. That's probably like the biggest thing that's happening right now, and that's going to take a little bit, but slowly transitioning to it, which means that whenever you guys ask us to, hey, do you have this card in stock or whatever, we might just be like, dude, just go to the website, take a look, and then we'll also look on the website ourselves too, so we're not going to be total asses or anything, but like, if we're busy with someone or like in a mid conversation or whatever like that, that might just be our response, just because like, I mean, come on now, we're all adults here. Hand holding is fucking terrible. Like, if you can't scan the QR code we have up here by the registers and stuff to go to our website and take a look, then you probably didn't want the card anyways. you know, so like, not even trying to be a dick there, really. It's just, it is what it is. Again, going back to the honest thing. Yeah, so that's going to be the biggest change there. Other change is going to be that old dear Thrillbo, or Thrillbanks as you guys might like him. Don't call him Thrillbo. That's kind of something that like just us call him. He hates it, so just keep the Thrillbanks. Anyways, he's only going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday now. So he's still around for Yu-Gi-Oh! He's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Guy. He's still going to be around for Digimon because he's also Digimon. He's also kind of our Pokemon guy, but we don't deal with Pokemon singles anymore. We just deal with, the sealed, and that's it. But yeah, as far as like manpower goes, that's going to be the biggest change. So yeah, if you're local and you're looking at and you're watching this, and you have any like Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon questions or whatever, try to work your schedule around a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, because like, we'll have Califreaky here in the next week or two, so he'll be able to do like Digimon, universes, One Piece, stuff like that. But like, as far as Yu-Gi-Oh goes, I guess I should really say Yu-Gi-Oh. Please try to make it for like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday if you want to like talk Yu-Gi-Oh or do some really big trading or anything like that, because I can only do so damn much. I'm only one person. There's no way in hell I can learn every single game in here and learn every little like nook and cranny of it. And I know that a lot of you are like, well, what the fuck, Jared? Why not? You own the shop. You should know everything. No, I shouldn't. Like, for real. No, I shouldn't. I barely have time to like play anymore because I'm doing this and everything else that I keep telling you guys that I'm doing. So like, like most places, they typically hire on people that make the gaps that they're not good in. So that's what I've done, and yeah, just that. I guess that's about it. End of rant. If you're doing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, try to make it on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, and just pester Throwbanks about it. We will obviously try our best if you come in on one of those days that he's not here, but like, be patient with us because we struggle pretty hard with that. We're slowly starting to learn more about it, but yeah. So I think that pretty much takes over the changes in like the shop itself, really. Yeah, that covers it. Everything else is just like super stupid minor crap that I'm gonna be doing in the next like couple of weeks. It's just gonna be like cosmetic stuff as far as like changing around some walls and adding, subtracting crap. So it's nothing. As always, the shop will be different whenever you walk in. So just expect that to be a thing. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? So let's move on to something that was kind of a big subject, or a topic rather, or has been, honestly, the past couple of years, where it's, speak with your speak with your wallet kind of thing, which is mostly understandable. It helps, it does send a message and all that good stuff, but like, there's a fine line between where that's actually a path to take. Um, when it comes to, at least with this, because like, your hobby shops or whatever, like, and this even goes for like Walmart and your big other stores and shit like that that carry like Magic or whatever. And yeah, this is mainly aimed at Magic, but just in general, if you're mad at like, I don't know, Konami or Bandai because they can't get their shit straight with the print runs for One Piece, um, then they keep fucking small stores like mine with cutting my damn allocations by 40 to 45% most times, and they give them to other fucking shops, and it makes me look like a piece of shit because I can't carry stuff. Um, just a little, little, little smidgen of like, I don't want to say resentment, but like, what the fuck, man. Anyways, so like by the time, and I also told you like airing of grievances, it's just gonna come out. By the time you're here at a shop or this shop or any shop in general, your ex company that you're trying to boycott has already made their money. Um, you choosing to not purchase X product only hurts the LGS. Because by the time it makes it to us, it's already been purchased through the distributor directly from whoever the fuck it may be, and they've already made their money, and they don't care if you buy it at the LGS or not. Like, they literally do not give a shit. Um, Now, if you're a place that, like, you pre order shit a lot or whatever, and they see low pre order numbers and all that, I mean, yeah, that kind of sends a message, but trust me, from a dude who worked, managed, eat, breathed GameStop for years, like just working, managing shit there, it doesn't do anywhere near as much as you think it does if you just stop pre ordering shit. It really, really doesn't. Um, so the only people you're really hurting is your LGS. That's it. Like, even if you're on the that fucking just buy singles kick again, which I'll divulge more in. I'll go into more of that later in the video, obviously. Like, you're still only hurting the LGS. Just, if you enjoy whatever game you're playing, I don't give a shit if it's Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever the fuck it is. Just buy a fucking box or two, man. Like, you're gonna need the cards at some point anyways. There's gonna be some dumb fucking like reason for you to have some stupid off the wall common, uncommon, or like rare or something from a set, one or two back, that just so happens to complement something that just came out, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, I guess I need this card now. When like you could have just bought a box or two and already had it, and then you're good to go. Like, yeah, that's I don't know why I have such a chip on my shoulder about that, but I do. Um, it's just, yeah, just one of those things. Like, I get it, wanting to boycott something or whatever, but again, it only hurts the LGS, dude. Like, and I'm not really a big like offender of this one here with having like tons of dead product laying around, because I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, and aside from doing GameStop forever and a fucking day, I also did inventory management for Walmart for a little while. So like that in time or just in time inventory or whatever, kind of shitty, but it works, and that's kind of what I operate on. Um, yeah, I might not have this obscure set from like 7 sets ago or whatever, but like it's also not just sitting on my shelves collecting dust and in the current market losing value on a daily basis. So that's a thing to just kind of keep in mind when you come into, at least here, as to why I don't have 3 cases of, fuck, I don't know, let's pick a set. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Let's just go back that little tidbit this year. I mean, yeah, that's the reason why. So, so yeah, just to reiterate the point there off of that little fucking like segue was just, by the time it reaches the LGS and you're not choosing to buy something, you're not showing anyone a middle finger but the LGS itself. Because everyone who's involved has already made their fucking money, except the LGS, by the time it comes into your LGS. So keep that shit in mind next year when you're just going to any fucking shop around. I don't give a fuck if it's mine. I'm not going to name names because everyone knows the shops around here. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's way the hell out in Greenville and you're out there and you're like, I'm not buying a fucking box from this place out in Greenville because fuck Watsy. If you want it, buy the fucking box. The shop needs your help. Whether they're doing really well or not, they need your fucking help. Buy the fucking box or the pack, the gift bundle, whatever the fuck it is. Just buy the damn thing. You'll thank yourself later. So, yeah, again, really late Festivus, airing of grievances. This video will probably piss a lot of people off, but here it is, and I'm just laying shit out there. So, if I do offend you, I'm sorry. You can come into the shop and yell at me. We can talk about it, whatever you want to do. You can tell me to go fuck myself in the comments, whatever makes you feel happy. Just getting shit off my chest. So, another thing, I guess, along with the... Well, it's not really along the lines. Let's just progress further into the comparing LGSs to, like, online prices and, like, inventories and shit. This is going to be a small little gripe, but here we go. And I've experienced this a couple of times, and I've mostly price matched, but at like some points I've just been like, dude, really? Just pay the extra. You get it now. And as I've said before in other videos, if a margin of under like $5 is going to make or break you, you don't need to be playing any fucking thing at all. Not even being an asshole with that, but like, for real, if a $5 or under like excess expenditure or whatever the fuck you want to call it is going to break you for that week, just call it a fucking day, dude. Like, just stop. You don't need to be doing what you're doing. Get your shit more right, and then come back to the cardboard world or whatever and blow your money. Like, yes, I want your money. Every store wants your money. But if you having to spend that extra $5 is going to mean that you're going to be struggling for gas or struggling for food or struggling for, like, I don't know, like fare for the bus or some shit, even though the bus is free around here. You know what I mean? I don't want you to spend the fucking money. Don't spend it. Like, keep that shit so you're good. You know, do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. Put your fucking oxygen mask on first. Then go have fun or whatever, you know? Like, again, I wasn't even trying to be an asshole by saying that. Like, I'd much rather have, and every other shop around here is going to agree, whether they're going to be like, yes or no, yes, we do, like, open in public or whatever. We'd rather have a returning customer. I mean, that's just business 101. A customer that continues to come back throughout the year is worth way more than some rando off the street that just comes in and spends like $300 and you never see him again. Yeah, that's great, but I'd rather have the, constant stream of revenue. So, anyways, what I was going to with that is like, when you come into a shop, we know you're going to pull up TCG or eBay or whatever and be like, I can save the money on eBay or TCG or whatever versus buying it here. Like, cool, bro. I'll price match if it's not that big of a fucking deal, but like, you gotta understand that you came into an actual shop. You came into a business that has like overhead. You came into a shop because you probably stay here and play games ever so often. Whatever the fuck your reason is, like a lot of places that you buy from on eBay, um, they're not legitimate businesses. They're people that run shit out of their house like 75% of the time. Um, a lot of the places that you buy from on TCG Player, unless they have that little, little black shop icon or whatever, they're not actual LGSs. They're legitimate people who are just running shit out of their fucking house. Most times. I mean, I guess some of them might not have like opted to get that icon or whatever, but like, spend the extra fucking money and make sure the LGS stays. You know, it's most of the time, and like why I pick the $5 and under mark is because most of the time it is literally a $5 difference, give or take. Yeah, it might be 6 or 7, or it might be 2 or 3, but most times it's like a fucking $5 difference. Just spend the extra money, dude. And I'm not even really like, I do that if I'm somewhere and I'm like, yeah, I could go to fucking Amazon and get this for $20, but it's here for $24.99. I'm gonna spend the extra $5, get it that day, aside from like waiting 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna install whatever it was or enjoy whatever the fuck it was, because I paid basically a convenience fee to get it right then and there. If you need a reason to justify spending the extra money, instant gratification. You're getting it right then and there. Whatever the fuck it is, you're getting it right then and there. So, is it worth the extra 2, 3, 4, $5 to get it right then and there? Most times, yeah. Especially in a hobby world. Um. So, yeah. I guess that little rant is over. I Let's move on to, let's see, something I mentioned in the Warhammer Discord the other day. Um, Again, I wasn't calling anybody out. I made that clear, and I wasn't even trying to throw shade at another person there either. I'm not going to name names. Not like the channel is big enough to like make a fuck, but just in case dumb shit happens, I'm not naming names. Um, 3D printing is an issue. Um, like, if you play Warhammer or you're familiar with even like just the miniature shit in general, there's tons of STLs out there you can get. You can pretty much print whatever the fuck you want to for a minimal price. Blah, 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 blah. We all know that. Um, just don't like try to advertise that, in a like a shop Discord. Like, one of the reasons why I cut down on getting so much Warhammer shit was because there was, and I want to stress was, because I talked to this person and straightened stuff out and everything was cool, and like they really did cut back on printing shit, aside from like, the runs that GW would do where they would only print like 500 models, and they rarely ever restock it, if at all. But like, it's part of the reason why I never tried to keep up with stuff, aside from just general ignorance of not knowing like what to really order. But like, I always just assumed that, why blow the money when it would just end up being 3D printed, um, Now that's a really sad thing because like GW has some great models. You can love them or hate them or whatever, but they got great models. And the actual like margins for the shop are way better than anything else that I carry, to be like 100% honest with you. If I could, I'd expand the shit out of my Warhammer stuff. But because 3D printing is a thing, again, I don't want to sink money into some shit and it just not pan out. Um, so that was kind of the general gist of that thing in the Discord there. Um, I didn't mean to make anyone mad or whatever with what I said. Like, it's just a thing, man. Like, if all you're going to do or would do or whatever, again, not calling people out or whatever, but like if you're just going to 3D print everything and then show up to a place and try to play shit, like that's kind of a dick move. Like, I don't charge for tables. I don't charge for however many hours are spent back there. You know, like I could be a real dick about it and charge like $10 a table or $5 an hour or some shit like that, but I don't because I want you guys to just come to the shop and have fun. And if you want something, ask me. Like, ask me to order it for you, or let me know that there's something coming up that you want to pre-order, so forth and so forth. Help me feed the 40K GW side by buying shit and telling me there's an interest for it, so I bring more stuff in, so that way when you get a random hair up your ass to just walk over there and see if I got anything new or whatnot, I might have actually gotten something new. Just because it was coming out and I was like, hey, I know I have like, I don't know, just random. I know I have a Battle Sisters fucking player and they didn't ask for anything this week, but this new shit came out, so let me at least pick up one of these and throw it over there on the wall. And if they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. Like, you know, that's how that would operate. But and the 3D printing thing goes for anywhere you go, man. If it's, you know, here, somewhere out in fucking Arizona, whatever, any LGS, to be 100% honest with you. Like, I get it, dude. Shit's rough. People are broke. But if your answer to that is to literally just 3D print shit and, God, I hate even, like, saying it like this, but, like, steal money from the fucking shops, like, you're a dick. You're a dick, and you probably shouldn't be playing the hobby if you can't afford it. That kind of hurt my soul to say, like, but it's the truth. Like, it's just a thing, man. Yeah, God, that was like, that kind of hurt me a little bit, but again, airing of grievances. It is what it is. I'm sorry. You can tell me to go fuck myself when you come into the shop, I guess. So, let's move on to some other squirrel-brained crap. Do. Let's do... Alright. Let's talk about the slight drop in MTG players the shop has seen. Like, I'm guessing it's probably to do with me bitching about wizards and slamming the game and all that shit, even though I say that, you know, that it's my game of choice, which it is. I like the game, blah 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 blah, but like, just because I like something, especially a game, doesn't mean I'm not going to call it out on its bullshit. So let me just throw that one there, right there. But, you know, I can only assume that that might be the issue, aside from like the college kids going out for like their holiday. Heater just kicked on, so if it gets a little louder, my bad. But yeah, I guess maybe it's just because of the holidays too, with most of the college kids gone. Might be a little bit why I've seen a decline, but you know, there's also just been a general decline slightly before that too, and I guess maybe it's because, like I said, with me bitching about the game on YouTube, or, me not having a wealth of knowledge on the fucking game since I took like a 25-year hiatus or something, 22-year hiatus, some shit like that from the game. So yeah, no, I can't sit here and talk your ear off about, combos or what goes with what or blah blah blah. Like I can't. Um, it is what it is. Or maybe it's just the fact that, like, I'm not WPN and I don't get shit a whopping week early and have these crappy little, like, promo packs to give out where most shit is worthless now anyways. So, enjoy the almost worthless shiny cardboard, with some things here and there not being worthless, but, like, most of it ends up being worthless. Just, I guess that might be it too. Or, like, the fact that the shop isn't, and I hate to say this too, but for sweaty tryhards, like, the shop's super fucking casual, relaxed, and laid back. Like, that's just the way it is. Yeah, so maybe that might be a reason why, where, someone comes in, like, big dickin', like, turn 2 wins all the time, and people are like, I don't want to play with you, dude. Fuck off. Because most people come here to just play, not to, big dick and try to be all, like, loud, obnoxious, and, oh, I win, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's great, guy. It's a game. Unless you're doing this shit to actually, like, make money, to go to RCQs, regionals, whatever, to make prizes, so forth and so forth, you're just kind of being a dick. So, yeah, we don't really enjoy that here at this particular shop. So that might be a reason too. And then the other reason is probably my inventory. Like, I don't have a huge fucking backlog of bullshit from MTG's history. I don't. Didn't own the shop for, this, well, I'm going on year 3 now. But yeah, so I don't have a bunch of old stuff. I don't have a bunch of fucking singles. And again, like I've said in other fucking videos, like, it was just me that started this with my own little collection. I didn't have 3 or 4 other fucking people to, like, throw in on or whatever the hell. Like, it was literally just me throwing shit out into the wind to see what happens. So yeah, that's my little theories on why the MTG players have kind of, like, slowed down or don't show up as much or whatever. I mean, it's your prerogative. You do what you want to do. I just throwing shit out there. Let me know. Maybe we can do something to rectify the situation. Or if you just fucking hate the shop and don't want to be here, then that's fucking cool too. Like, you do you, boo boo. And, like, this kind of ties into that too. Is like, we've tried to do different formats. Like, I'd really would like to get a 60 card format started here at the shop, be that like Modern or Pioneer or some bullshit. Like, even Pauper, we've tried to push Pauper. Like, Oathbreaker, we've tried to push Oathbreaker because it's a 60 card fucking format, but, like, nothing seems to catch on. And I'm pretty sure that has something to do with me not being WPN, because I don't get the fucking, like, RCQ shits or the invites or whatever the fuck it is, so, like, I kind of get that. But, like, it really does just seem like, for me, just, like, catching water cooler talk, that even 60 card formats almost anywhere else don't catch on either, and that they only seem to brush off their 60 card decks when there is, like, an RCQ or some kind of a, like, win-a-box tournament or some shit like that going on. Like, that seems to be the only time that anyone gives a fuck about doing, Modern or Pioneer or Standard or anything like that, is just when there's something to win, not just to sit around and fucking play, There might be, like, 2 or 3 fuckers that show up every so often to do, like, Modern, Pioneer, Pauper, or whatever, but, like, on a consistent basis, lots of places struggle with that, and it's really fucking sad. I would really, really like to see some kind of 60 card format with Magic catch on here at the shop. Because, yes, we're a Commander shop. Commander is fucking awesome. I love the format. But I'd also like to be able to knock out 2 or 3 games in the span of fucking 30 minutes versus still be on turn 4 in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't want to have to spend 45 minutes to an hour playing a single fucking game. Like, you know, let's just be real. So if you guys know of any reason why, or can suggest some shit to breathe some life into a 60 card format here at the shop for Magic, then by all means fucking tell me. Because I'm at a loss. I've tried to do shit. I can only lead a horse to water. I can't make it fucking drink. Like, you know, there's only so much that I can do on my end until it's literally up to you guys to fucking do some shit. So, yeah. And the mentality of like, oh, well, you know, they're doing fucking Pauper on Tuesdays, but I bet no one's gonna be there, so I might not just show up either, is how no one shows the fuck up. So, like, just show the fuck up and see what happens. I mean, yeah, there might only be one other person initially, but if everyone keeps the mentality of, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go up there, see what's going on, shit would grow. I can't make you guys do that. So, like, again, going back to the, if you hate the shop or whatever thing, like, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, I get it, but, like, come the fuck on, dude. Let's move on to I guess I'll wrap up with the nose scratching, because for some reason that just started tickling. We'll wrap up a little bit with the just buy singles thing. There's already, I guess I could say like an uptick. There's already an uptick in singles-ish. Like, I mean, again, I didn't really want to use like the blanket term uptick, but like there's movement to where it's either plateaued or it's going up. Like, there's not really much going down as far as like staples and all that shit. I mean, like, yeah, okay, Shocklands and all that, but that's just because Ravnica Remastered is coming out, and that's going to happen. Like, I can't, that's just a thing that happens. Anyways, and like, I keep trying to warn you guys about this shit. Like, everyone's gonna fuck around and find out that just buy singles is not the way to go. And I'm gonna go back to one of the first things I said in this video is, if there's a set coming out and you like a couple of cards in it or whatever, or you think the set itself is kind of strong, like, I think Ravnica Remastered as a set, not anything else, but as a set, is a good fucking set. It's a strong set, just like Dominaria Remastered was. That was a great fucking set too. Priced horribly, horribly wrong on both ends, like my end and your end. But, like, it's going to be one of those things where if you don't buy anything, you're going to be struggling to find shit. Because unless there's some outrageous arbitrage with these boxes that are coming up this next year, you know, like the Ravnica Remastered bullshit, the murders at Karlov Manor, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called, when they're starting to play boosters and everything. Like, unless there's some kind of like outrageous ROI for those boxes, and it's something for shops to actually crack open and just sell the singles, you're not going to see that many fucking singles, dude. Like, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to believe Hasbro and WotC with the, you know, they cut back print runs and all that. If that's the truth, the era of, oh, I'll just buy the singles is going to stop. you're going to end up seeing, as I've said many times before, your $10 single go up to 15, 20, just depends on what's out in the wild. Because if no one is cracking sealed boxes, you don't get singles. Simple as that. Like, you can't just, I can't call up, Hasbro or Konami or anyone else and be like, hey man, I need 30 copies of this and 60 copies of that, 10 copies. I can't order individual cards. I have to buy boxes. That's how singles are born. When a box comes in and a box gets opened and packs are cracked, that's how the singles are introduced into the world. Without that, you don't get singles and the supply dries up, and then you have people who can charge whatever the fuck they want to because the supply is so, the demand is so high, yet the supply is so fucking low. So again, just buy a fucking box or two when it comes out. You'll thank yourself later on when, again, like I said earlier in the video, when another set at some point down the line launches, there'll be some kind of synergy to where you're going to be like, shit, let me go to my LGS and see if they have this, like, I don't know, common or uncommon or whatever, and boom. Either we won't or we won't. Because if there's no reason for us to crack packs, we're not going to crack packs either. We're not going to take all the risk, because even if you say that the ROI on a play booster is, because like on our end, prices have settled ish around that like 114 to 120 mark. Like, just depends on what distributor you go through, how many you buy, etc. So let's say the ROI, if the ROI on the boxes aren't even like 130 or 140, we're not gonna take all the risk, because it would have to be up near that probably like that 180 mark, give or take, for us to really consider cracking the boxes and selling the singles. Because you got to remember, most of the ROIs are out there with selling everything in the box. Every card. Common, uncommon, rare, mythic, whatever, everything. And we all know that doesn't happen. So, yeah. Just don't rely on the just buy singles thing. Buy some fucking boxes. Buy some sealed product, because it helps us out. It helps you out in the long run, and it just helps the ecosystem. You buy some shit, you don't want some shit, you trade said shit into me, means I have said shit to sell to other people who might want your crap that you didn't want, and then this, you know how the fucking cycle goes with that. So, help everyone else out by just buying some sealed packs, buying a box, whatever. And that's what I've got to say about that. Not like I haven't said that hundreds of times so far, but yeah, just fucking buy some sealed, man. You're not showing WotC anything by not buying sealed. You're basically throwing a middle finger to your LGS if you're not buying sealed. So, yeah. And to clarify, yes, we do mostly prefer to operate with singles, but this is where shit gets kind of like weird when you're doing sealed and singles. Like, I don't, Google some shit, watch some other videos. It's weird. It's a thing. Anyways, the other little tidbit to this, I guess I should say, is going back to ROIs of boxes. Like, they've never been grand, but we also weren't paying $115 per box either back then. So this is what happens when everyone bitches about, I want my cards to be cheap. I want my cards to not cost me an arm and a leg. There's a reason why most games call themselves CCGs and not TCGs. CCG, for those who may not know, is collectible card game. TCG is tradable card game. The first, CCG, mostly means it's collectible, it has value, and if you hang on to shit, later on down the road as it ages like a fine wine, you might be able to get some of the money that you put into it back by selling it at a later date. Everyone seems to want the shit to be a TCG, where it's just tradable card game, where your shit is basically worthless. Why would you want to dump hundreds or thousands of dollars? I mean, let's be honest. Why would you want to dump thousands of dollars into your collections and have them not be worth fuck all in the next 4, 5, 10 years? It's not supposed to be that way. You're in that scenario, and in most cases, you will probably lose money in that. If everything is worthless and everything is just $1, there's nothing collectible about it at all, you might as well just go ahead and kill the game off and just be done with it. Like, I don't understand. It boggles my mind why you wouldn't want your game pieces to not be worth something, man. You worked for that money. Like, I don't care if it was, flipping burgers at McDonald's, giving handies on the street, selling feet pics, whatever the fuck it was. You did something to get that money. And then you're seemingly willing to turn around, drop it on some shit that is not going to accrue in value at all, and basically waste that money. Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Like, it's mind-boggling. Really, it's mind-boggling. Yeah, okay, like, shit might be cheap. You might be able to, like, play the game and all that good stuff, which is kind of the point. But what if you... I don't know, what if you run into an emergency one day and you need, like, $300 to replace some tires or some shit, and all you have to sell is your game pieces? If they're worthless, you can't sell your game pieces. And that goes for, like, I don't know, if you've been hoarding shit for 25 years, like, I know of people and have heard of people who have sold their fucking Magic collections or their Yu-Gi-Oh collections or whatever to start a business, to put a down payment on a house, to buy a car, to just get ready for, like, their firstborn kid to come into the world. Like, okay, I'm at a they're like, I'm at a place now where I need to do something big. I've been hanging on to this shit for years. I don't want to do it, but it's the time. It's aged. I can get money out of this. Let's take the next step. That's the way it should be. You should be able to dump money into any of these games, and in 10, 20 years, you should see some sort of return on it. I'm not saying like a 30% return. I'm not even saying like a 10% return. A 3 to an 8% return would be reasonable, especially for cardboard, man. Like, I don't even think most stock returns on the stock market give you... Well, I think most of them do like around about like a 5%, 6%, somewhere in there. So, like, yeah, 3 to 8%. Like, you should be able to get some sort of a return on your investments, because that's pretty much what it is. It's a hobby investment. I don't care how you want to look at it. You're buying the shit, you're hoarding the shit, And by hoarding, I mean you're just holding on to stuff to like build decks with, to have stuff to trade with people, etc., etc. You're just holding on to it. Like, why wouldn't you want that to appreciate in value, even like the littlest of bits over the years while you hold on to it? Or, you know, like, again, fucking mind boggling, don't understand it. Like, it's a weird era for stuff to be that way. Everyone wants everything to be like cheap. But if everything is cheap, then nothing is worth fucking having. Nothing is worth hanging on to. Like, there's no reason at all to do any of it if you just want everything to be worth $1. There would be no need to have an LGS. There would be no need for any of it. Like, no one would make your game if everything was $1. Like, it's kind of like one of those, why do you want to pay? We'll just use WotC as a fucking example, especially now since they're doing the play boosters and shit. Why would you want to pay them, or why would you want me? We'll go with that. Why would you want me to pay my distributors $120 a box for that shit to turn around and sell it to you for 150, 140, 160, whatever the fuck it may actually end up being, and everything in there be worthless? Fucking worthless. Why? What reason would, just why? That's all I got. Like, why? Makes no sense. If you're going to drop 150 bucks on something, don't you want it to do something? Like, accrue in value, or I don't know, like, just like, even if you have to replace a water pump or something in your truck or whatever. If you drop 150 bucks on it, you want it to do what a water pump should do, right? Not just sit there and just be a piece on the car that does nothing. Like, why the hell would you want to drop that kind of money on stuff that's not going to do anything? I'm just beating that dead horse. And I guess I'm done with that, man. Yeah, that's about all I got. Again, late Festivus, airing of grievances. Just throwing some shit out there. Just random shit that, has been kind of like on my chest and been in my head ball, and me just wondering about shit. I hope you can read the sign behind me, because I'm not really being political or whatever, but it's a thing. So yeah, that's the general attitude around the shop. But like, yeah, I think that's it, man. I can't really. Yeah, I got nothing else. If I missed a subject, I don't know, fucking let me know, or yell at me and be like, hey man, I hate you because you said this, and maybe it'll just spark conversation or give me something else to think about. Or if you want me to address something, mention it in the comments, because I'll address it. I really don't give a shit. Just, I, yeah, nothing. Aside from the bitching in the video and the airing of grievances and all that good stuff, I would like to throw out that I do greatly appreciate everyone. I appreciate your support. We love the hell out of you. Thank you very much for it. We wouldn't be here without you guys. And again, like I said in like the beginning of the video, it's just the way we are around the shop. We're pretty fucking honest. We probably tell you guys stuff that you shouldn't know, or that you don't want to know, or like just blunt and to the point, so like that way nothing gets lost in translation. So like, yeah, the whole video was kind of just me being a dick, but at the end of the day, I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate everything you do, everything you've done, and everything you continue to do with like supporting the shop. I'm even just gonna barely plug the Cornerstone thing. Like, It's a good little program. Yeah, it's really small right now. There's not really like a bunch of perks, but like I've said before, I swear to God, if it grows to the point where, like, we'll say everyone in the Discord becomes a Cornerstone member, I will fluff that shit up. Um, so yeah, the Cornerstone it's on our website. The link to the website's going to be in the description. Just go there and check it out. It's like our, I guess, loyalty program if you want to have to put a name on it or whatever. But anyways, I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. I hope you guys all had a pretty badass, Christmas holiday or whatever the fuck you celebrate. Hope you guys have a great New Year's or whatever the hell you do on New Year's. Don't be dumb. Call someone if you get too fucked up to do anything, or just pass out where you're at, and just don't be a douche tonight, I guess, is what's the point in that. Um, Hope you guys all had good holidays, and again, like, really do, really do appreciate it. Uh, oh, one more plug. If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Um, we're gonna try to grow this motherfucker and see what happens. So yeah, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.